are now 7 games under 500. The Chicago Cubs are 18 games under 500. Earlier this year, the Pirates swept the Chicago Cubs, and as Stan mentioned, the Pirates really have done good work against the lesser teams.
Yeah, and you really try to do that, and you can take nobody for granted. Sure, you can't read too much into it, but the schedule really starts to favor the Pirates a little bit with the Marlins in town, the Cubs, and then they go on a road trip. And they're going to have some favorable matchups there until they get to Cincinnati. But take a look at the overall stats for this team this year. And it's just been basically it's been a good job against everybody.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. Look at the home record is just phenomenal. 32-14, the very best record in all of baseball in their home yard. So what does that mean? Well, I think it's time to get off your feet and start believing in this Pirates club as the Buccos get ready to take on the Cubbies. Outside PNC Park near the ticket windows, a look at the schedule remaining for the Red Hot Buccos. Andrew McCutchen, of course, the Zoltan Z, very prominent. And inside the clubhouse door, very popular jerseys these days. In the city of Pittsburgh, where tonight the Pirates host the Chicago Cubs in Game 1 of a 3-game series. The 6-game homestand continues, and the Buccos take the field. Alex Presley will be followed by Andrew McCutchen and company. And on the mound for the Pirates, Eric Bedard. And look who's still a Cub. That's a story. Ryan Dempster, big time rumor earlier this afternoon that he had been dealt to the Atlanta Braves. He says, hold on a minute.
Not so fast, my friend.
Not yet. Take a look at the Cubs lineup under Dale Swain, the former Pirate. His first full year as a manager in the big leagues. Reed Johnson, Starlin Castro, .374 career hitter against the Pirates in 31 games for the young shortstop. Anthony Rizzo, one of the top, no longer prospect in baseball, but a big leaguer at first base. Alfonso Soriano in left, Jeff Baker in right, Giovanni Soto the catcher, Joe Mather, Darwin Barney, and Jeff Samardzija.
And this information for Eric Bedard brought to you by the Western PA Chevy dealers. Making start number 19, coming off a good start last time out in Colorado. Not the easiest place to pitch, so they're hoping that the left-hander can keep this roll going for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Going to try for win number 6 in a row. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful run for the Pittsburgh Pirates overall. Just one career start against the Chicago Cubs. As you take a look at former Pirate Paul Maholm. Bedard 1-0 in his start against the Chicago Cubs. We'll see Paul tomorrow night pitching against the Bucks. And there's been some speculation about Paul. There's been speculation about everybody this week moving to other teams, and it's been backed up by some action today.
Yeah, the Yankees within the hour dealing for Ichiro. Reed Johnson stepping in.
Culture shock from his native land to Seattle and now to New York.
Former Mariner Eric Bedard delivers to Reed Johnson. Underway. Joe West calls it ball 1.
Reed Johnson has hurt the Pirates in the past, whether he's been in the starting lineup or as a pinch hitter. Eric Bedard much better at home. He's got an ERA under 3 at PNC Park. Well, everybody's better at home. That's the way it's been with that record you talked about being the best home record in all of baseball. Everybody's been better.
Falling behind 2-0. A.J. Burnett still undefeated here at PNC Park after going 7 2/3 on Saturday. There's Jeff Karsten, 7 strong shutout innings yesterday. Just about the entire team was out helping Jeff Karsten and his fiancee with the dinner that was held on the south side at Nakama.
Cystic fibrosis being the beneficiary.
Pirates Charities and cystic fibrosis. Jeff Karsten's doing great work. And boy, what a team effort it was. 3-0 the count now on Reed Johnson with Starlin Castro on deck. It's 3-1.
You know, there's been so many headliners on this team this year, rightfully so. The McCutchens, the Walkers. Don't leave Jeff Karstens out of the conversation. You know, very quietly, he does a lot of good things for the Pirates on the mound, and as you're talking about, he's done a lot of nice things away from the mound in this community. Jeff Karstens, he's a good Pirate.
Yes, he is.
He's a good Pirate.
3-1 pitch to Reed Johnson, and Bedard walks him to start the ball game. To the Rivers Casino tips to win.
All right, we've got a theme. See the first letter in gold, PNC. Well, that's the theme. We're so good at home. Pitch on the inner half. Eric, get in on the hands of the right-hand batters. Good ERA at home. We just mentioned that, under 3. Careful with Soriano. He has done very well against Eric Bedard. PNC. Yeah. Good team. I've got a ghostwriter that's helping me create some of these tips to win.
Oh, wow.
Pay him a lot of money. He should come up with that good stuff.
Lucky you. Starlin Castro with 8 homers, 45 runs batted in. And takes a strike from Bedard. Pirates convinced that Bedard, with the work he did in the bullpen, that long stretch from his July 6th start before the All-Star break to the one in Colorado, that was 6 days ago, that he figured something out. I asked Clint Hurdle about it the other day. Did you see a difference? What was it? He said, oh, absolutely there was a difference, but I'm not going to tell you that difference was. We'll keep the opponents guessing. But it was pretty obvious that he was going in more often. Well, authority.
The thing too is, you know, when we boil all this down, we can talk about tweaking this, the arm slot, the release, whatever it is causing it. You're making better pitches. That's the bottom line of this. So your strikes are better. They're not hittable strikes. You're throwing strikes that aren't in that good red hot hitting zone. And however you get there is good, even if it's a secret or not.
1-1 pitch and 2-1. The Chicago Cubs were blanked back-to-back games against the St. Louis Cardinals Saturday and Sunday. They have not scored a run in 25 consecutive innings since the second inning of Friday night's game in St. Louis. So this a recent tough stretch. Dale Swaim had his club playing much better before that Cardinals series. Now Bedard falling behind 3-1.
And you pointed this out yesterday. These fans are sitting down, and right after you play the anthem for them, they are expecting good things from the Pirates. And from pitch one, as you said, they want results. They're expecting results now, not just sitting back and settling into the game. They are into these games before they actually start.
3-1 pitch. And in there, it's a full count. We'll see if Bedard can't get things turned around. A little trouble with the command early.
Castro is hit into 8 double plays, so he can be had.
The Cubs have grounded into the second most double plays in the league, behind only the Los Angeles Dodgers, while the Pirates have hit into the fewest in baseball. And hit the other way. A little late start, but Derek Jones gets there and plenty of time. 1 away.
And little subtle things getting that out. He's behind in the count. If he walks the first 2 batters, you just have a bad feel about the beginning. Now comes back, gets that out. So okay, all right, we're a little more balanced than we would have been certainly with 2 on, nobody out. It's a good out for Eric early in the ball game. A good out.
Here's young Anthony Rizzo, who will turn 23 in a couple of weeks. The Fort Lauderdale native, former 6th round pick of the Boston Red Sox 5 years ago, traded to the Padres in the Adrian Gonzalez deal, and the Cubs got him over the winter for Andrew Kashner. Ball 1 on Anthony Rizzo. They say he's already playing a Gold Glove caliber first base. There's never been a question about his glove over at first. But here's a young player in the big leagues. Got a little bit of time last year with San Diego. And to the shortstop, Barmes, for the second out. After the walk, Johnson still there. Castro flies to right. Rizzo lines to short. And now that matchup Steve talked about, Bedard against Soriano.
And Soriano's had the best of it.
9th in the league with 18 home runs. Day Automotive presents the matchup of the day. 5 for 8 in his career with a home run and 3 walks against Bedard.
Bedard beat the Cubs earlier this year in May. 6 scoreless innings. Pirates won the game 10-4, so it got interesting later on. Good work. No runs given up in 6 innings.
That completed the sweep. 1-0 count. And it's 2-0. Runner at first base Johnson. And a 2-0 count on Soriano.
And Bedard's still well under the total that Jeff Carson's put up on the board in terms of pitches in the first inning yesterday, but it was a 0 nonetheless.
3-0 count.
I'll tell you, I haven't seen too many games go from one extreme to the other after Carson's first inning. I mean, he just got real good and efficient. Wound up running the table with 7 scoreless after a very shaky first inning. Got out of it.
3-0 and taking. It's 3-1. Soriano didn't hit his first home run until May the 15th. Now with 18 home runs, 9th in the league. Ryan Braun has 26. Andrew McCutchen, Pedro Alvarez, Jason Kubel, and Carlos Beltran in the top 5. It's 3-2.
Almost a story for Soriano like McCutchen. Andrew didn't do much early, and then all of a sudden he got hot, and he hasn't turned the burner off yet. Our friendly rivals, the Cincinnati Reds, being hosted down in Houston tonight. It's turned into a spectacular evening after kind of a shaky, dull gray kind of a day. See, everything works for the Pirates right now.
3-2 pitch, and he got him. Bedard walks Johnson to start the ball game, then gets Castro and Rizzo and Soriano. Lineup brought to you by Toyota. Moving forward, Alex Presley, Neil Walker, Andrew McCutchen, top three. And a lineup that Clint Hurdle stuck with the last few days, with Garrett Jones hitting cleanup, Casey McGee, Pedro Alvarez next. Then it's Rod Barajas, Clint Farmas, and Eric Bedard. Farmas back in at short. Barajas back behind the plate.
Against the big, tall, lanky Jeff Samardzija out of Notre Dame, out of Merrillville, Indiana, 6'5", 225 pounds. 6-8, 4.57 ERA. He is 1-0 against the Bucks. So, reliever who spent a lot of time in the bullpen for the Cubs the last 2 or 3 or 4 years, getting to be a starter now. Start number 19.
Samardzija had an excellent May. 2.48 ERA. Struggled in June.
Did he ever? That game against the Mets, 4 1/3, 9 earned runs. But since then, 3 good starts, really.
Atlanta, the Mets, and the Marlins, last 3 starts for him. Former receiver at Notre Dame with the Irish. 2 balls and a strike on Alex Presley, who singled to start the first inning yesterday and scored, and hits a high fly ball to center. Reed Johnson makes the catch. Check out the Cubs defensively. Johnson in center field. Jeff Baker, Alfonso Soriano, his wingers. In the corners, Rizzo and Mather. Up the middle, Castro and Barney. And Soto, Samardzija, the battery. Soto struggling at the plate, but doing okay behind the plate for the Chicago Cubs.
Remember, he was the reason that Jason Kendall was moved. He was coming up through, and he was going to be the next big thing behind the plate. There he is still.
There's a big thing at second base for the Pirates, Neil Walker. 297 hitter now with 8 homers and 46 RBIs on the year.
Samardzija, by the way, strikeout pitcher. He averages over 9 strikeouts per 9 innings. Well, he's worked 106 innings, 109 strikeouts. Power guy with that downward plane because of his height.
He really, you'd have to say, is the one strikeout pitcher on their staff. Cubs have the fewest strikeouts in the National League. They've walked a bunch this year, the second most. It's not a good combination. ERA of 4.36. Only the Astros and Rockies have higher team ERAs.
But they have the ERA leader, Ryan Dempster.
For now.
Yep.
2-2. So we'll see if that theme continues. A staff that walks a bunch of hitters and doesn't strike out many. Maybe aside from Samardzija. 40 walks in 106 innings allowed by Samardzija.
Not all that bad when you consider him coming out of the bullpen, starting now for the first time on a regular basis. Took him in the 5th round back in 2006. Away from Notre Dame.
McCutchen on deck. And the count goes to 3-2.
95 miles an hour in that fastball from the big man. Good job out of the bullpen last year for the Cubs. 75 appearances. Good numbers all the way through.
And because he did all that work out of the bullpen, Pirate hitters don't have a bunch of at-bats. Not much history against Samardzija. Walker 1 for 4 with a home run. It's this out of play, plus a couple of walks against Jeff Samardzija. It stays 3-2 on Walker.
Somebody's balloon hat.
Somebody better, Blaze Laboon better grab that balloon.
And get back there before noon. She'll be gone soon.
I'm not going to say it might be a full moon, but here we go.
Too soon.
Yeah, swing and a miss. The strikeout. Off speed pitch to Walker. And here comes Andrew McCutchen with 2 outs and nobody on. This crew is here.
We're not the only Cubs crew.
They're all over.
You're full crew, matey.
.372 average leads the majors. And kind of like the Brewers, Dale Swaim employs the shift. If you take a look at the batting average on balls in play since 1954, Barrel Automotive driven to be better. Not close, 2-0. Since 1954, look at those names, including Roberto Clemente. 2-0 count, 2 outs, nobody on. That's 2-1. RBI single in the first inning yesterday, went 2 for 4.
The Cubs broadcast crew coming in telling us, well, not only is Andrew McCutchen hot overall, but they were mentioning how hot he was against the Cubs overall.
Checks, appeal. Nope. Sam Holbrook over there. It's 3-1 on Andrew McCutchen.
You don't change Joe West's calls. Joe, the crew chief behind home plate.
McCutchen has reached base safely in 34 straight games against the Cubs, going back to what Steve was talking about, and in 40 of his 43 career games against Chicago. So they'll work kind of around him. And it brings up Garrett Jones. Samardzija, a strikeout and a walk following the fly ball to center.
Whenever Jones comes up, you think about how many home runs the pitcher has thrown. And in 18 starts, Samardzija's given up a dozen. Let's see if what might be their strategy to not let Andrew beat them works out for the Cubs here in the bottom of the first.
Strike one. 6 RBIs his last 4 games. Now with 39 career homers in this ballpark. That's one behind Aramis Ramirez, who's 5th all time at PNC Park. 0-2.
You almost get a situation with Samardzija like you might think the same type of thing you get with Hanrahan. Such a good fastball that you start swings early, and if you get the slider, you're not going to be able to do much with it. Your swing is already halfway through. That's the advantage the hard throwers have. Fairly quick move by the big man. A lot of tall pitchers aren't particularly quick to first base. Look at Samardzija. One of the keys to being quick is not to have much movement of your feet.
Fly ball toward right center field, and the catch is made on the track by Reed Johnson. Through 1, 0-0.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. By your Toyota dealer, where quality, dependability, and good MPG all come standard. Toyota, moving forward. And by Day Automotive, we're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Believe it. Game 1 of a 3-game series with the Cubs. Jeff Baker, 31-year-old veteran, batting .289 with the Cubs. Takes ball 1 from Bedard, who walked first man he faced, fell behind each of the 4 batters. Retired Castro, Rizzo, and Soriano following the free pass to Reed Johnson.
More fun than ever to bring your glove to the ballpark.
Well, the pitcher misses it, but there is Barnes.
As always.
Sure-handed, sure-gloved Clint Barmes.
Yeah, and this is not the easiest play. It's not the hardest play you're ever going to see, but you've got to do some things right. You got to come in, you got to get the ball out of the glove and get the good grip and throw on the run. So there's some things involved here, and he makes it look easier than it is.
Quick exchange, Steve, isn't it, from glove?
Yeah, with
the hand.
Yeah, with a good throwing grip.
Yeah. He gets rid of that ball as quickly as any shortstop you'll find. Giovanni Soto batting just .186. Breaking ball is high.
Let's see if Bedard tries to get inside. We're talking about the tips to win, getting inside to some of these right-hand batters. Certainly did to Soriano. There's a breaking ball. That's still all right. It's in there.
In the air to right, Garrett Jones drifting over.
Not inside on that one, but you're against a guy who's not really stinging the ball, so you're going to get away with more pitches like that to guys sub 200 average. He's not doing a whole lot with anything, so you don't have to be as emphatic. Fool around with that inside power area. Get some outs out where he just threw it.
Joe Mather's batting average .228. Playing third base for the Cubs. 2 down in the second. Matt Garza, they were concerned about his last start, but I think he's going to be all right. He's been the subject also of trade rumors. But when you're well out of contention, as unfortunately Pirate fans can attest, a lot of players on your team will be rumored to be on the block. But it's certainly fun to be on the other side of things these days. The Pirates instead are rumored to be after players.
Well, you know, this popped up. I want to make the point, do we absolutely have to have somebody in a trade? You know, we're doing pretty darn well without it. I mean, I know everything's being discussed and options are being explored and everything, but you know what? It ain't broke right now.
We asked Neil Huntington that very question yesterday, and he said, we don't have to overspend, and we won't sacrifice the future, because we do believe in what we have here, but we're always looking to get better.
Sure.
And so if something or some player or players become available, he said, even as strong as the bullpen is for the Pirates, he said, we'd look to make it even better if we could.
Can't be much better.
No, it's darn good.
Well, the point is, it's not a desperation thing. It's not an absolute urgency. Yeah, you always want to improve, but they're working hard. They're exploring all the things that you might be considering. But keep in mind that 80% of the ones that you hear about don't happen. A lot of the ones that happen are the ones you don't hear about.
But lo and behold, there has been a bunch of action in baseball the past 2 days.
Yeah, did you hear any speculation about Ichiro coming to the Yankees?
None.
None. So that's my point.
Two and two on Mather. The Tigers make a deal also, by the way, today. Ball popped up toward the seats, and McGee giving chase. And out of play. So it went in pretty hard there.
You love the effort, but boy, you've got to have a sense of how close. When you feel your feet leave the grass and get on the dirt, you got to start being aware of how close you are. Those knees, and get bruises, bumps. Those railings catch you on the front of your thighs, and you can get some pretty significant bruising.
Damage there to the sign, huh?
Yeah, there's some padding there, of course, that helps. Tries to come inside to Mather.
Three and two on Mather.
These guys, they grow the stuff on their face and shave their head. It used to be the other way around. Didn't you used to shave your face and grow hair on your head?
Exactly.
I don't understand this.
Oh, swing and a miss. The strikeout. 1, 2, 3 for Bedard. Nothing through 1.5. about Garza. He's day-to-day and is expected to make his next start following this series against the Pirates. And Ian Stewart is on the disabled list after left wrist surgery. That's why Joe Mather has been getting some starts over there at third. There's Matt Garza. Garza 5-7, 3.91 ERA. 1-0 pitch to McGee. And now it's 2 balls and no strikes. And Casey McGee, who got to the big leagues as a member of the Chicago Cubs. Grounded to short. Castro bobbles, recovers, and throws. Still plenty of time to get McGee. Castro with 14 errors.
But everybody in Major League Baseball kind of likes his abilities.
Figure he's going to be
an all-star
shortstop for years to come. Dale Swaim called him out earlier this year. Said he would have to improve after, I believe it was a double play ball, if I'm not mistaken. And didn't realize he had a chance for 2. Oh, ripped.
Just missed it. Just missed it.
Wow, that was way up there, wasn't it?
When you hit him that high, you didn't miss him by much. You miss him, but you didn't miss him by much.
That was a towering fly ball to right by Pedro Alvarez, who homered a line drive shot to give the Pirates a 3-0 lead yesterday.
When's the last time you saw a double no-hitter this deep into a ball game?
Yesterday.
All right.
Barajas faces Samardzija. Cubs 14-35 away from Wrigley.
Ouch. We're accustomed to hearing some stats like that on the road standings.
Yeah, it was not too long ago where you look back at the numbers. Just 2 years ago, the Pirates won a total of 17 road games.
Hard to believe, but that was the total.
Year. 0-2 on Barajas. Samardzija, quick work, 7-pitch inning. As Steve said, a double no-hitter going. You go to Pirates.com this Wednesday and see an exclusive interview with Pirates manager Clint Hurdle and Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin. See them talk candidly about the city of Pittsburgh, their fans, coaching a professional sports team, and more as they have bonded and become close friends. This video will be available Wednesday morning at Pirates.com under the Pirates Productions tab.
Right on the inside corner to a right-hand batter. That's part of that early plan we're talking about for Eric. So far, so good. Working third inning, and has already put up a couple zeros.
Steve, the Pirates get Bedard, the Bedard that they signed as the free agent, 1 year, $4.5 million deal, the one that we saw in spring training, the one that we saw much of the first month plus. If they get that pitcher and add him to the pennant race, that's almost like making another deal.
Yes.
2-1.
Well, you look for a couple starters to take off and have a good second half. You always look for that, but now in this circumstance where you're in competition and you're in contention, that would be great to have somebody get really hot.
A veteran of this guy's pedigree when healthy, and he has been, was the big question coming in. He has had, fair to say, a considerable list of injuries over his career, but he has been, for the most part, very healthy this season. Skipped a start with back spasms, but no real concern. 2-2 on Darwin Barney. Broken his bat. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Another scoop. Another out. Back to what Steve was talking about, tips to win, and again coming back in for Bedard.
Sitting on the inside corner, you get it right there, and you just really get a pitch in there, and they can't extend their hands, can't extend their arms. Get tied up a little bit and hit it on toward the handle of the bat.
Samardzija, good athlete, 5 for 29 at the plate, 3 RBIs this year. .172 hitter.
Nothing wrong with fastball from Eric Bedard at 92, 93 miles an hour.
6 2/3 innings his last time out at Coors Field. Gave up 1 earned run on 8 hits. He would seem to be a perfect fit for this ballpark. An ERA under 3 and 8 starts as a Pirate at PNC Park. Samardzija. Still 1-2. Lou Baumgartner in Newcastle at Jameson Hospital. He's been following the Pirates for many years, and our thoughts and prayers with you, Lou. At Newcastle.
Yep.
Strike 3.
1 strikeout for the first 3 innings.
Can a Pirate fan hear the city of Newcastle without thinking of Chuck Tanner?
No.
It's like that is going to be forever tied to the late great Pirate skipper.
And that's all right.
Saw his son Bruce Tanner, who's still a scout with the Detroit Tigers. He's here.
Good people, good family. Good Pirate fans in Newcastle. Every time we go up there for a caravan and make appearances up there, we have a lot of Bucco fans.
Bedard maybe getting in a bit of a groove. We've seen this a handful of times this season. Might struggle for a bit, and then once he starts to find the strike zone, feels more confident, really get on a roll, and that always becomes a factor because he needs to be efficient. He's a 100-pitch guy. 0-2.
You know, you take a look at those first 5 starts in April with an ERA of under 2.5. 1 run, these are earned runs. 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. And then the first 2 in May. 2 earned runs and none. If he can get back to that form, that's a big factor for your Buccos to be playing baseball in October.
Oh, good night, huh? 1, 2, 3, and out. Back-to-back Ks for Eric Bedard. 0-0. Pirates, Cubbies. Broadcast, our third all-access night of the year. Hear your Buccos mic'd up, go behind the scenes in PNC Park, our television broadcast, and much more. All-access night when the Pirates take on the Cubs. That's tomorrow at 6:30 here on Root Sports. We'll be back at it again tomorrow night. Bob will be back in with us through the all-access night.
Well, he's done it for a lot of years. Looks forward to it. It's a fun night for everybody.
Popped up to shallow center. Catch is made as Barmas has retired quickly. Eric Bedard 2 for 26 at the plate. This is a camera we used to use.
Shortstop side, back of the pitcher.
Off center, our true center, because the sun, you can see.
Oh, I like that.
You
like
do?
That
well, so.
Yeah, that's neat.
That's it. That's all you'll get, and you'll like it.
All right.
Until the sun goes down behind. I guess Troy is up there. Oh, I'm sorry. Mags didn't know that. The camera
let's stay with this. I like it.
We'll roll her to
that one too.
Roll her to Barney. 2 up, 2 down. Now Alex Presley will take his time getting into the box. Where you'd like to see Pirates battle Samardzija here, get that pitch count up if they can.
Yeah, actually he's been very tidy. Well, we have a minute too. Yesterday talking on the radio side about Ron Santo going to the Hall of Fame. Much overdue. Great ceremony. Talked to Pat Hughes, the radio voice of the Cubs, who was there, of course. Just great for the Cubs fans, the Santo family. What wasn't great that didn't happen while he was still alive.
Gentleman made the trip.
Yeah. Go to Cooperstown when one of your guys gets in. Nothing like it. I don't see him. Great competitor. It was great to compete against him. He did the right thing. Played baseball the right way. He loved his Cubs. He loved his city of Chicago. Pat Hughes and Keith Moreland on the radio side. A lot of Cubs fans travel over to Pittsburgh. Was it about 8 hours, probably about 500 miles drive? Make the trip.
Those induction ceremonies yesterday.
Barry Larkin, Santo.
It's going to be a foul ball into the seats. Pitch that was in on Presley, and it stays a ball and 2 strikes on the Bucco left fielder. Slide out to center field in the first. Pirates look for their first hit. Pirates' second look now at Samardzija in the ball game. And a look at a pitch away, 2-2. Like to see Presley get on and score runs. Usually means a Pirates victory. They are 21-4 when Presley scores a run this season. He scored 4 runs in the 3-game series against the Marlins. The Pirates have won 5 straight for the first time since September of 2010. Last time they won 6 in a row. You have to go back to May of 2008. 3-2. Samardzija walked McCutchen with 2 outs in the first.
They say 6'5". He looks taller than that to me. We'll just go ahead and double check the book. Simple as that.
Good idea.
6'5".
Another foul.
There's always been a good story. Somebody, it might have been Joe Nuxhall in Cincinnati. Somebody was approaching a milestone, but nobody knew about it. And the milestone was achieved, and you could hear in the background of the broadcast, "Get the book, get the book, get the book."
Used to be a common phrase before all the computers.
Yeah, exactly.
Another foul ball. Good battle now for Presley. Well, Presley would love to prove to the Pirates that he can be their man at the top of the order and playing left field with, again, all the trade rumors about Pirates maybe looking at a corner outfielder.
Some of the players in the back of their mind saying, "Yeah, I wonder if I might be involved in anything this week."
Fly ball to center field, sending Johnson back to the track. Pirates go down in order. The long at bat for Presley comes to an end. It's 0-0 through 3.
his thing with his curveball. Soriano, under a strikeout. Good breaking ball downstairs. Eric Bedard, just fine so far. Stay tuned. Lately, I don't know if it's me, but I'm noticing a lot of the Pirates stars, the breaking ball downstairs underneath the strike zone. Carson's has got it going on. Bedard's doing a little bit of that tonight. And starting the curveball at the knees and then having it wind up downstairs. Even if they make contact, they're not going to do much with it. And if they're
not swings and misses,
yeah,
too.
And if they're not taking it, keep doing it.
Yeah.
When they take it, it's probably going to be called a ball most of the time.
Good look at that pitch that came in for a strike to Starlin Castro. He flied out to right field in the first.
Hopefully we get that pretty filtered look from center field again in a moment.
Is that the one you like?
Yeah, I like that. That's not it there. You know, the other one was prettier.
No, that's the exact shot.
I know that.
Yeah.
Yep. Good look at exactly what the pitchers are doing and what the pitches are doing. They're on the outside corner. Nicely done. Yeah, when you're over on the shortstop side, if you conceptualize moving over, that pitch would appear to be back away toward the third base dugout. So this one
that's
is
the
a
old
good
camera.
accurate look. Yep.
The other look, I should say.
So we offer you
good
options.
camera.
We offer you a lot of options. All the looks from all the cameras looking good. Close to getting that call on the knees.
2-2 on Castro. Rizzo to follow, then Alfonso Soriano. Did he check there? Apparently he did.
Talking to some of the Cubs folks about Soriano. Might be attractive to somebody, but the price tag might not be. There's still like some $40 million left on this contract. That becomes a factor. But
he's in the hole.
A lot of conversations going on.
A walk to Castro to start the fourth inning. Trivia question brought to you by AT&T Mobility. Here it is for tonight. Can you name the 4 players in Major League history to record 2,000 or more hits, 300 or more home runs, 1,300 or more RBIs? 4 players in history.
I'm working now.
Hank Aaron has to be 1.
Willie Mays has to be
Willie Mays,
1.
you'd figure it'd be 2.
What about Babe Ruth? Who's, by the way, the best ball player of all time. No question. Your thoughts?
Maybe Ruth, I don't know. Who's in that list? But we know we've got Aaron and Mays.
Mickey Mantle?
You want to go ahead, because you're jotting them down for us. I appreciate that.
I did it in big letters. So there you have it. Ruth, Mays, Aaron.
You're going to go with Mantle?
I got to give it some more thought. I know it's not Fred Paytek. I'm going to cross him off the list. Freddie didn't make it. RBI totals down.
Frank Taveras wasn't on that list.
Frankie did not make it. No.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Did Willie Stargell have a chance to be on that list?
No.
That's what I thought. But not considering.
1 and 2 now on Anthony Rizzo.
We are out in the regalia.
True Buccaneers. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Rizzo. Get me Anthony Rizzo, and they do.
Another breaking ball. Bad for Rizzo, good for Bedard. He chases.
Big time.
As Bob Prince would say, he couldn't have hit that one with a bed slap. Getting the curveball grip. Nice close up. Nice final frame. 5 for Eric now.
Just the 8th strikeout for Anthony Rizzo and 84 at bats at the big league level this season.
How about Lou Gehrig?
All right.
You vote for him?
Go ahead, put him in there.
That gives us 5 now.
All right, keep going.
Mantle. Gehrig. I know there's an American Leaguers I'm not thinking of.
Toward the right center gap. Trouble for sure. Starlin Castro going to be waved home, and he will make it as the ball is cut off, and that ends the Cubs' scoreless inning streak. The Soriano double brings home Castro. It's 1-0 Chicago.
And the free pass comes back to burn Eric Bedard.
It's the first hit of the game for either club. For Soriano, his 55th RBI.
He's strong enough when he hits the gaps, they travel so far that you don't really have time to get over and get him. They get back there so quickly. Castro sees that it's going to be in there, and he's just flying around. Big circle. I mean, that's not a really tight trip between second and third, but no issues getting across. Well, Eric Bedard certainly leaning on his curveball tonight.
One on Baker.
Pitch selection 52%. Curveball just 21. Yep. But he's throwing the curveball when he's getting that strikeout. So doesn't have to be top loaded with curveballs. They are set up for fastballs. As he does there to get to 1 and 2 now. We'll see if he follows up that fastball with another breaking pitch. It's been a nice 1-2 sequence for him so far. No, fastball.
Out of the short. That's the second out. Soriano remains at second base. After driving home Castro, the leadoff walk. Barmes makes the play on the Baker ground ball. It's catcher Giovanni Soto. Bedard at the 60 pitch mark right now. Ball 1. Soto spent some time on the disabled list earlier this season. Left knee surgery.
Have to keep an eye on Mr. Soriano. There's nobody near him, and he can get a massive lead if he wants to think about taking off. He doesn't do much running. You can see the split between Barmes and Walker. I mean, it's pretty massive. Alonso doesn't seem to want to push it. Decent lead, but nothing that would indicate that he might want to take off. Not all that much to gain with 2 outs.
Two and two, 2 outs on Giovanni Soto with Soriano at second. And the Cubs leading 1-0.
Looks like a family reunion of the Walker family.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
And cousin McCutcheon invited. Neil has a lot of people that come to these games to watch him play baseball for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Not all from the North Hills either. Warm night. See the sweat on Eric's arms. Yes.
Got him looking. 6 Ks, but the Cubs strike first. For our AT&T mobility trivia question, I read that a little too quickly, Steve. So you were.
Wait a whole time out.
4 players from 1960 to 1974. The 4 players from 1960 to 1974. 2,000 hits, 300 plus homers, 1,300 RBIs. So
Babe Ruth gets crossed off.
He does.
60 to 74. What? This is chaos.
Mantle should get crossed off, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Mantle.
Well, he came up in the 50s.
Yeah, but
a lot of.
Did he do anything in the early 60s at all?
Mickey Mantle? Yeah, he was all right. I can't work like this.
Well, come on. You could have just called adjusting.
No, I can't work like this if it's not
an adjustment.
If the thing is not prepared properly. We're dealing at the major league level here.
You know, sometimes you have to adjust on the fly.
You're right.
Like a good baseball team, you adjust.
I'll accept your apology.
Right. So,
actually, you made the mistake, and the guys in the truck called you on it. So you're right to apologize.
And I did. A half swing line foul. At the end of the Pirates dugout. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. All right, so let's go back to Mays.
Garrett.
Mays is in, right?
Mickey played. All right, I'm going to put Mantle in there. Mazer and Mantle.
All right. There's Mantle. Not Clemente, right?
Not yeah, with the home run number.
Right.
Not Starzo. Willie came up in, I think, 62. Did a lot of his damage after 74.
It's a fly ball to center field.
How about these fly balls to center field?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the first 10 outs.
Andrew McCutchen comes to the plate, and part of his community involvement, Kutch's crew. He was there out in front of the clubhouse in the hallway having pictures taken with his crew.
You know, it's so nice to see him out of character, out of the uniform, out of the professionalism. Not that you don't respect that, but loosen up with kids and you see some of the personality come out. That's always nice to see. He becomes a very animated young man.
I believe those kids from the Oliver High School team. Oh, 2. Roller to the right side. That's going to be a hit because Samardzija did not cover. Yep. Samardzija, one slight delay and it was over. It goes as an infield single.
And boy, not that Andrew's not going to run hard all the time, but he sees that base hit and he knows he's going to win that race. That's just all right. You want to test me going down the first baseline? Yeah. Well, in fact, you didn't make that first step across to the race. Watch Jeff. The hesitation, and done deal. Last train to Clarksville.
You know, Steve, I guess Samardzija's figuring on a normal defense that the second baseman's there. But because they had that shift, they had the first baseman Rizzo so far off the bag. But
yeah, and you don't see many right-hand shifts, right-hand batting shifts, batter shifts.
Not to make an excuse for Samardzija, he'll tell you should have covered, of course.
Yeah. Many times, well, it would, yeah, oh yeah, now that the ball is hit on that angle, that's going to be an easy 4-3 if they're not in the shift. But you as a pitcher,
yeah,
you got to know what's happening.
Yeah, the fielders are.
Yep.
So 1-0, see if the Pirates take advantage. Garrett Jones. Deal over there to Rob Drake, third base umpire. Jones had above the warning track in right center field in the first inning. That McCutchen single, the first hit for the Pirates. They have been the comeback kids this season. Down just a run. Like the last 6 wins by the Pirates have been come from behind victories. Second in the majors behind only the Yankees. 27 times they've come back to win ball games this year.
I'm going to add Billy Williams to my list.
Oh, I like that one. That's a good one.
And I didn't look in the book either. Not that they would have that. They wouldn't have the 60 to 74 category, if indeed that's what the criteria is.
Why do you have to be so mean about it?
I'm not mean, just pointing out that I'm going to do the right thing here.
Exactly. 2-1 on McCutchen, who tried to steal second yesterday and was thrown out in the first inning.
Still sitting on 14 steals. Quite a while.
Long pause, now the pitch. 2-2.
You know, I rail against stats all the time, so I'll qualify with that. But I love this stat. Beginning with their win over the Cubs on May 25th, the Pirates have gone 34-16. That's the best record in Major League Baseball. So that's the bottom line, wins. Don't look at me like that. I love stats. The averages, the numbers, the pitching, the pitch counts, all that stuff. Pirates, in that just nearly 2-month span, starting with that win over the Cubs, they played better than anybody.
There goes McCutchen. Taken high in the throw, and they got him again. .26 on the caught stealing.
Not a great jump. Not his best jump. Again, you wonder about that high tag. I keep looking at that. The foot is... See, that foot is over
like
there in the high tag. You know, that again, we talked so many times about what is the umpire looking at? Where the foot meets or where the tag is applied.
Pop up on the right side. Barney out. Makes the catch. Pirates retired after 4. Still 1-0 Cubs. Head to the 5th. Gunner's Lounge, named after a longtime Pirates voice, Bob Prince. There's a nice root sign. And, oh, happy 8th, by the way, 8th anniversary. Bob and Carol.
Ted Nallis. Good pitch. Good looking pitch. Doesn't get the call. Always remember Bob Prince telling me, lad, keep your mouth shut till the ball stops rolling. When that was first starting.
Little broadcasting pointer, you think? Yeah.
Broadcasting 101.
One on Mather. One of 6 strikeouts for Bedard.
And 2 in each of the last 2 innings. Came into the game with 93 innings, 82 strikeouts. He's always had good strikeout numbers without being what you'd call a flamethrower. Look at that curveball. Not his best, but it's in the strike zone. The strikeout curveballs have been downstairs. This one, well, that gives you a little anxiety throwing the break ball in that neighborhood. A lot of those kind of breaking balls get hit a long way. There's a good one. Yeah.
All right, Steve, back to this trivia question.
You see my final answers?
I did. Yep.
Frank Robinson, Mays, Aaron, and Billy Williams.
I like them. Okay. Again, going back to the question.
Let's see what the,
Four players from 60 to 74. 2,000 plus hits, 300 plus homers, and 1,300 plus RBIs. Ron Santo, Billy Williams.
How could we leave Ron Santo out of there?
How about that?
Going to the Hall of Fame. Tricked me with the question, tricked me with the answer.
It's what we do.
The hook, and there again. Ron Santo, inducted. Says his widow and his wife gave a wonderful acceptance speech with a 3-minute standing ovation. That is a long ovation.
Should be easy for McCutchen. And Ron Santo, this was his signature, Steve.
Yeah. And that's when they used to have the clubhouse down the left field line. He's headed down.
Head to the clubhouse. So yesterday in tribute, the Chicago Cubs players, this is really kind of neat, I think, as they take the field, they click their heels.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that is neat. That's good stuff. Dale Swaim, I bet he's part of that.
Oh, no question.
Yep.
No question.
Yep, he is. He has a lot of respect for the history, traditions, legacies.
He's a solid,
he's a
solid man.
He's a gamer, baseball gamer. Great to compete against Ron Santo because you know if you got him out that you were getting out one of the best. I didn't get him out a lot. He did over 400 off me. A lot of respect for Ron Santo, number 10.
So he actually had a higher lifetime average against you than Billy Williams?
Somebody finally
all these
pointed
years
that,
of Billy Williams stories?
All my Billy Williams stories now. It's
now they're going to be changed to Santo.
Yeah. No, well, both of them.
But they're so good, the Williams stories.
Yeah, I think we're going to run with it.
Right.
Yeah, it's so late now.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
Williams.
Once
well,
again,
they're both Hall of Famers.
Once again, these doggone fact checkers.
What?
Right?
The truth is such a pain.
Bad thing.
I can't. I'm like Nicholson said to me, you can't handle the truth. I can't handle the truth.
2-2 on the pitcher.
Who was the other? His opposing lawyer, wasn't it Kevin Bacon?
Yeah.
Yeah. A few good men. Somebody said that was one of the few lines he had in that movie. He made lots of money doing that. The curveball, the hook, another 2-strike inning. 2 strikeouts.
8 strikeouts so far in the night. Pirates trail 1-0.
It's Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. We're driven to be better. By PNC Bank for the achiever in you. And by Chevy Cruze, which offers EPA estimated 42 mpg highway. Let's go Bucks!
1-0, Cubs lead it. Here in Pittsburgh, first of 3 with the Cubs. Pirates swept a 3-game series in May for Chicago. Casey and McGee.
There's our man with the big glove.
Yeah.
Saw him outside the parking garage getting autographs the other night.
Bounce to Barney. One away.
Mr. Samardzija looking pretty darn good here, coming into the 6-8 record. ERA about 4.5. But coming off 3 good starts, continuing his good work tonight.
He's thrown 57 pitches.
Not bad at all, working in the 5th inning.
58 now. Pedro Alvarez will step in. Slide to right in the 2nd. PNC achievement for the achiever in you since the middle of June. Pedro Alvarez, Major League leader in RBIs, tied for 2nd in homers. 33 ribbies, 13 home runs since June the 16th. 21 homers for the season. Tied for 3rd in the league with Jason Kubel and Carlos Beltran. The Pirates have 2. CHN and Alvarez, the top 10 in home runs. Last time the Pirates finished a season with 2 players in the top 10 in homers go back to 1990, Barry Bonds and Bobby Bonilla. Bonds had 33, finished tied for 4th. Bonilla had 32, tied for 6th. Barney over to his right and on to retire Alvarez. Save big when you purchase the Pepsi Max Pack, available every Friday and Sunday Pirates home game. Get a hot dog, pretzel, Pepsi product, and an outfield box seat, all for only $24. For tickets, go to pirates.com/Pepsi Max.
Come on, Bucks!
Bucks down a run. Here's Baraja, struck out in the 2nd. Fly ball of Soriano in left. Pirates go down in order for the 3rd time in the first 5 innings. 1-0 Cubs. That should be quite a series coming up this road trip.
Indeed.
After this 3-game set against the Cubs, Pirates hit the road, go to Houston, Chicago, and finish up in Cincinnati over the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of August. And looking way ahead, the Reds come to town September 28th, 29th, and 30th. Beginning the final regular season homestand of the year. Right now, Eric Bedard's concern is just to keep it a 1-0 deficit. Top 3 men in the order. He's got the strikeout pitch working again tonight. 8 Ks for Bedard. He's given up the 1 hit. It was the Soriano double in the 4th that brought home Starlin Castro.
Yeah, he's been pitching extremely well. My goodness, 3 base runners through the first 5 innings. Good work. The other guy's just a little bit better. I don't think you got any problem with the way Eric is working tonight.
Comes in, misses.
Try to crowd him a little bit. Go back-to-back fastballs. Right there. Reed Johnson, a lot of fastballs. You see, setting up on the outside corner, and when the pitch is delivered right where the glove is, most of the time that umpire is going to have that right arm up. Throwing the ball to the glove. Change up. Wiggle change, that's usually a universal sign.
Reaching out and one-handing it to left.
Just a little bit off balance. That's all you need. Now that ball can fall in, but that ball's not driven because he's out in front. Most of the strength of the swing is already completed. So you see, you saw the wiggle for the change downstairs, and you see there's just all there is left is the hands and arms. Body's not part of that swing. Nice part is the change of speeds. The nicer part is downstairs. Take a look now when he is in a 2-strike situation. 50%, 38. You see that number for the curveball way up higher, and he's gotten a lot of strikeouts with the curveball, but they've been set up with a lot of the fastballs. The changeup, 6%, but he got an out on with Reed Johnson on a good changeup.
And out in front, 0-2.
Oh and 2, and he's got a lot of options here. He can waste a pitch, maybe waste a couple. Try to get him to chase. Fastball. Giving you inside information here. Batter doesn't know fastball's coming. Right there. Perfecta. Nice job.
9th strikeout for Bedard.
They want the fastball. He throws it right, basically on the knees, and a little bit inside. Doesn't get much better. 3rd strike.
All the strikeouts there. 9.
Okay, for Kennemetal. Right there. That pitch looking pretty good. Any chance we can see that one on the strike zone? Yeah. I want that changed to a strike. There, that's better.
Strikeout high this season, 11 for Bedard. May the 3rd in St. Louis. There's the first pitch you wanted to see, Steve.
Yep. We'll get a call on that every once in a while. Thank you, guys. PMC Sports Medicine.
1-2 now.
That one, like a little cutter or slider, maybe the 86. It's kind of in between that changeup and the fastball, or in the curve and the curveball. Eric Bedard doing a whole lot of pitching right here. Tease him upstairs with a fastball.
Rizzo lined out to short his first time up, and a rare strikeout for Rizzo his last at bat. Just 22 years old. Full count. Cubs have drawn the fewest walks in the National League to batters, and they have also struck out the fourth fewest. So they certainly don't walk much. They don't strike out a lot normally, but tonight 9 Ks for Bedard.
A lot of people very high on this young man, Anthony Rizzo. It looks like he has pretty good plate presence and plate discipline. Those few walks, or few strikeouts rather. Few strikeouts. Do it, Eric.
10 punch outs for Bedard. 1-0 Cubs.
Each team with 1 hit. But the Cubs got the big hit, the double by Soriano. That has created the one and only run, as Samardzija has been terrific. Bedard has been terrific. Eric in double figures with strikeouts. 10 through his 6 innings of work. We're going to start seeing somebody loosen up in the Pirate bullpen, as Eric Bedard is scheduled to bat second here in the bottom of the 6th inning. But he's done a terrific job. There's a strike from Samardzija.
He is at the 91 pitch mark, is Bedard. He's gone over 100 pitches 3 times. The most pitches he's thrown, 104. Oh, 2. Brad Lincoln loosening in the bullpen. Bucks have not been able to figure out Samardzija. He's on deck, but that could change. Samardzija trying to win his 7th. That's just foul. Cubs have not been scoring a lot of runs, so Samardzija trying to keep this very explosive Pirate offense at bay.
As we said, got beat up 4 starts ago by the New York Mets, but since then good. Very good.
A pop up to left. If you're looking for the perfect gift for the Pirates fan in your life, all you have to do is check out all the great options at the Majestic Clubhouse store next time you come out to PNC Park. A wide selection of Pirates jerseys, polos, women's and kids attire, much more. Store hours 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and open every Pirates home game. Ball 1 on Bedard.
I tell you, Samardzija had a string of great starts from April 24th to June 4th, where he never gave up more than 3 runs, and several of them 2, a few of them 1, like just to go through it. 0, 1, 1, 1, 3, 2, 3, 2. That's a string of very, very good starts. Late April to early June.
One and 2 on the Pirates pitcher.
You know, we talk so often about matchups, you know, and we talked about it in the open tonight about Pirates playing a lot of games against teams with losing records. Well, you know, once they play the anthem, there's no history. It's like a card game. You're playing poker. The cards have no memory. The games have no memory. It's what's going to happen tonight, and everybody's capable. The old adage, just who does it more often. So many times coming into a series that, oh, like our chances, or against a particular pitcher, this guy got an ERA of 6 or 7. Should be easy pickings tonight. Well, not so fast.
2 outs.
Just what, the third for Samardzija?
Samardzija just 3 punch outs. He's walked a man, and his 1 hit allowed, the infield single by McCutchen, and that only because he didn't cover first base.
He's allowed 2 base runners. Both of these pitchers dealing tonight. Bedard and Samardzija.
Two flyouts to center field for Presley. And first pitch strike.
Something off that pitch and had Alex out in front.
Grounded right at Barney. Samardzija continues his role. A 1-hit shutout going through 6. Team news, special giveaways, and behind-the-scenes looks at your favorite teams. Join the conversation with Dan Potash, Rob King, Paul Alexander, and others on Twitter. Tell us how you root. You can always go to Game Connect. We always do it. A lot of fun. You can keep up to date on all the tweets referring to the Pirates and the matchups. Just go to rootsports.com and click on the Game Connect.
Bedard dealing, Soriano with that very, very aggressive swing. He has a fast bat through the hitting zone. Fast bat. You know, they used to talk about how quick through the hitting zone Gary Sheffield was. You wonder if Eric is now going to maybe go a little bit more to the fastball. He's got him thinking curveball, maybe thinking downstairs. Got their eye level down there. Maybe the plan is to come upstairs a little more with the heat, but we'll see how it plays out as he works here in the 7th. So far, he's done beautifully.
Trying to get him to chase 1 and 2.
A little too far down underneath. Time for some reading.
Reading all about Zoltan. People trying to find out all they can about the Z craze.
Try that hook again after a couple early fastballs. What was I looking at? I thought I saw 2 fingers.
That was a missed sign. Rojas wanted the curveball and Bedard went with the fastball. 2 and 2.
Unless they've switched things up. All right, try the fastball again, thinking that Soriano is going to look for the hook.
Bounce to short.
Work.
Well, this is very, very encouraging from Bedard. Back-to-back strong starts.
Indeed.
Following the All-Star break and those side sessions with Ray Searage. Pirates pitching coach there next to Nick Leyva. Bedard has gotten Jeff Baker to ground out twice. Love to get 7 innings out of Bedard. He's gone 7 only 3 times. Again, last time he pitched into the 7th, got 2 outs in the 7th inning before being pulled at Coors Field in Denver. 33-year-old veteran, Canadian native, facing Jeff Baker with 1 out, nobody on, and the Bucks down a run. Didn't get a call there. Sure, why not? Rob Barajas might be asking the same thing.
Kind of the backdoor slider left-hander style. Coming in from the first base side, trying to nip in and pick up that outside corner.
2-0. Sliced out of play.
The Ryan Dempster watch.
Well, they now have announced, the Braves, that they have reached agreement. It had been
in principle
a rumor from, I think, an Atlanta newspaper broke the story, but then Dempster tweeted out on his Twitter account earlier today, this fly ball to left field should be easy. Presley, 2 outs. Dempster tweeted, "There is no trade. Don't know where this info came from."
Well, if he's that 5 and 10 guy or 10 and 5 guy,
he can veto it.
Yeah, well, they might put it all together, and they're just waiting for him to pull the trigger on the yes. So it could have been that it was an agreement in principle pending his approval. The speculation, but anyway, they're down the road in that direction.
Which means if Dempster does agree to it, he won't start, obviously, against the Pirates. Although, if he does agree to it, he could have certainly an impact on the postseason. Obviously, the Braves are trying to win the East. They're tied atop the wild card with the Pirates. And interesting to note that the Atlanta Braves come to town the final homestand of the regular season. 2-0.
And the thing is, Ryan's going to have to start considering some of that just for men. You got a little gray showing on the beard. Probably won't affect the breaking ball.
Two and one.
Wild card information.
We're going to take a look at current standings in the wild card. If the season ended today, the Pirates and Braves would be in.
And let's see if Eric Bedard can put a little frosting on the cake. He is baked this evening. He has been terrific, giving up one hit. He trails, but he has been outstanding. Let's finish it off, Eric. Been terrific.
Line over the head of Pedro Alvarez toward the left field corner. Presley does a real nice job holding him to a single.
2-out base hit here in the top of the 7th. Just out of the reach, it looked like at first glance, as this fastball is ripped and hit sharply to third. The angles.
Presley over quickly to make sure Soto holds. Now Joe Mather at the plate and the bullpen ready. Bedard probably facing his last batter of the night.
You know, you could put a highlight reel together of pitchers' body language when balls are hit. They're leaning back, they're halfway back to home plate, bending their back, trying to keep the ball in the ballpark, trying to keep it down where your catcher could, or your third baseman could catch it. There for Pedro. All kind of gyrations as you try to help your defense by moving your body around. It doesn't work all the time, but you do it anyway.
Falls behind Mather, 2-0. Resop now up for the Pirates. That's fouled off. 2-1.
Precious item right there. Major League Baseball. Who gets it? Oh, yeah. That was going to be a done deal. Ball's headed in that direction.
110th pitch of the night for Bedard. The most thrown this season. In fact, the most since June 5th of last year when he threw 111 against the Tampa Bay Rays. He hasn't thrown more than 111 in 3 years. And this is without, it would seem to be, his last batter.
Nice pitch right in on the hands. Mather was able to fight it off. Good crowd, good turnout on a Monday night. They haven't had much to cheer about other than the work of that man right there, but there's still time for that to happen. Always a great look here at PNC Park.
Mather has struck out twice. He just called time and stepped out. Soto aboard. Another 2-2 pitch in the 112th of the night for Eric Bedard.
Pick up that outside corner. He's working. He's working. keep wanting to say Rex Barney's in the on-deck circle. Darwin Barney, second baseman for the Cubs, waiting.
3-2. He got him. 113th pitch of the night, the most pitches thrown by Eric Bedard in almost 5 years. What a start for the Pirate left-hander tonight. Allowing 1 run on 2 hits, and the folks, listen to this crowd. 11 Ks, ties his season high. We'll keep it right here as the fans enjoy Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Follow the bouncing Eden Park Smiley Cookie and join everyone watching at home on Root Sports as we sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Very important inning. The 2-3-4 men against Jeff Samardzija. The fans recognize the importance of this frame and a swing and a miss.
You don't need much offense. Bedard has been that good. You don't need much. You just get a little something going. You steal this one away with a couple of 3 runs.
Strike, a strikeout in the first, a fly out to center field in the 4th inning for Neil Walker. The comeback kids trying to do it again. Fouled off. Third baseman Mather was well in on the grass. Now he can back up. Almost looked as though Walker trying to slap it past him. 1-2. Reds lead 3-0 in Houston, 3rd inning. Bucks need to keep it up, keep this pace up. This ball fouled out of play as the Reds keep winning. Don't forget about the Cardinals. They still lurk.
The thing about that wild card thing, the Braves are getting crushed. 2-0 in the 7th division.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Walker. Toward the gap in left center field, and it is caught as it sliced towards Soriano. 1 down. Fly ball outs tonight. McCutchen has walked and reached on the infield single. See if Kutch can do it again.
Got something for McCutchen. How about this for the fans? 2-2 for 22.
That's very good. That's excellent.
Two fingers
really,
for each.
I wouldn't have thought of that. So try it again, Steve, so that everybody can see this.
This is.
I like this. This is brilliant. How about that?
2-2, 22 for Andrew McCutchen.
Wow.
Let's get back to the ball game, shall we?
It's 2-2.
I can see it taking off.
Yes, sir.
Craze viral.
Are you kidding? 1-2 the count now.
Well, let me ask you this, Greg. Will you put it up against the Z?
No,
I wouldn't
I'm
right
not
now.
touching the Z. No,
I can't. You can't challenge the Z now. All right, we'll drop that one. It's already taken off.
Wow. Samardzija strikes him out. Really kind of stunned the folks here seeing Samardzija do a number on the Buccos, including McCutchen.
Perfect slider. Starts on the corner. You can't afford to take it, and then when it gets there, it just slides out, cuts out the cutter.
Jeff Samardzija.
That's a perfect pitch.
The one hit he allowed was in the 4th inning, an infield single to McCutchen.
Working in the 7th, he has worked 8 innings once. Keep in mind, this guy worked out of the bullpen for parts of the last 4 years. And he is dealing. 2 base runners as he works with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th.
Can he make a mistake here to Jones, and could Jones capitalize on it if he does? Get a pitch to hit. 97. Appears to be getting stronger.
A little adrenaline helping. Start getting this deep into the ball game. You're in such a rhythm, you can reach back, and when you reach, you're not out of sequence. You can add a little bit.
2-2.
And take a little bit off. I think he's done a great job of that. Adding and subtracting. Fastball, something off speed, and mixing up the speeds. And that's the essence of pitching. Getting batters off balance. Get them a little late, get them out in front. And back to 96. You go 97 down to 85, 86, and then back up to 97. You're giving the batters a lot to deal with. Assuming they're strikes. They're strikes. You got to be strikes.
Wow. What a performance tonight from Samardzija. Blanking the Pirates, he has struck out 5, still 1-zip through 7.
he could. He was brilliant tonight. His curveball was just wonderful early on. Wound up with a total of 11 strikeouts, and you can see them reaching, and when the fastball comes into play, back to the curveball. He's just did a wonderful job of mixing up his pitches. Got a heavy percent of strikeouts with curveballs, but he was brilliant tonight. The other guy was just a little more brilliant. 7 innings, just 2 hits, 1 run, walked a couple and struck out 11. Eric Bedard, very much the quality start. But he trails. Chris Rysop takes over.
He's got that ERA down to 3.11 now. Rysop pitched 1 1/3 scoreless against the Marlins on Friday in relief of Kevin Correa. Pirates bullpen earned run average 258, second only to the Reds. Evan Meek rejoined the team on Saturday.
Keep him right there. It only takes 1 to extend this thing. You don't give up anymore. Offense, one of the priorities here, keep Darwin Barney off the base paths, because you get him on. Of course, that's going to give Samardzija a chance to bunt him over and put the Cubs back in business. They're hoping to add on.
One ball, 2 strikes on Darwin Barney. And Samardzija waits on deck. Whoa, Rysop certainly figured that was going to be a strike called.
Should have been.
He doesn't get the call.
Crew chief Joe West behind the plate, along with Sam Holbrook, Andy Fletcher, and Rob Drake on the base paths.
So instead of a strikeout, he'll retire him on the ground out. Follow the Pirates with the MLB.com at Bat 12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, BlackBerry, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at Bat to 31826 or visit Pirates.com for details. It's a great app to have. Samardzija, a couple of strikeouts against Bedard.
Pitched himself a whale of a ball game so far. He's learning about what life is all about as a starting pitcher when you have to take that bat up to the plate. Worked out of the bullpen, didn't get too many at bats. He's got himself 5 knocks so far this year. But not tonight.
Down for the 3rd time. 2 up, 2 down for Rysop. Top of the order, Reed Johnson. One of the 2 walks Bedard allowed, that was leading off the ball game. The Cubs had a scoreless inning streak of 28 straight frames until Starlene Castro scored on the Soriano 4th inning double.
They really haven't lit it up getting out of that streak, but they're on the board and they're winning with that 1 run.
since June 25th. Not a bunch of ball games. Cubs third in the National League. The .636 winning percentage, 14-8. The Pirates lead during that stretch since June 25th. Lead the National League at 16-7.
Hope you like pitching if you're in the ballpark tonight. You're seeing a lot of it.
0-2. 0-2 on Reed Johnson. 27,586 paid attendance tonight. Hoping the Pirates can find a way to score a couple of runs. 2 innings left. Still 0-2 on Reed Johnson.
Just trying to put him away.
Reds lead the Astros 3-zip. Cardinals trail at home to the Dodgers 3-1. Another 0-2 pitch. Grounded weakly towards short. Gathered in by Barnes and on to first. And a 1-2-3 top half of the 8th inning for Chris Riesel. Casey McGee will lead off the bottom of the 8th for the Bucks. Down 1.
Some changes.
Casey McGee has grounded out twice. 0-1.
Samardzija still at 97 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Alvarez on deck. Roller to short. Here are the changes. Reed Johnson moves from center field to right field, so David DeJesus takes over at center. Johnson moving to that position. Jeff Baker out of the ball game. In his place, third baseman Luis Valbuena.
But the main man is still out on the mound, still dealing. Just giving up one somewhat tainted base hit.
1-0 on Pedro Alvarez. A fly out to right, a grounder to second. Breaking pitch for a strike. Sean Camp in the bullpen. Yeah, broken bat bouncer to second. The second out. Nissan presents the road ahead for the Pirates. See 13 straight against the National League Central, including tomorrow night and Wednesday afternoon here at PNC Park. Then the road trip to Houston for 4, to Wrigley Field for 3, and on to Cincinnati before the Pirates return home. They take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Paul Mahalam against James McDonald, the pitching matchup tomorrow.
So it's 13 against the Central. As Samardzija tries to retire his 13th in a row. Just 2 base runners allowed.
Mahalam again goes tomorrow night. He's pitched very well. So has he. And just think if he had covered first base. Fly ball to left.
Just missed that one, but he missed it. 13 in a row by Samardzija.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Jeep. Now get a great deal on a legendary Jeep vehicle at the Jeep Summer Clearance Event. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Levin Furniture and the all-new Levin Mattress Stores. For a great deal on a new bed, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
1-0 on to the 9th we go. Pirates trailing the Chicago Cubs, who are trying to end their personal 3-game losing streak and the Pirates' 5-game winning streak.
Another factor about Samardzija, he has faced the minimum since the first inning, so he's one batter over the minimum. He's been that brilliant tonight. One of those games.
Pirates have been shut out 3 times here at PNC Park this season. Strike 1 on Castro. There is Jeff Samardzija.
And the activity continues in the Cubs bullpen.
Left-hander in the bullpen, James Russell. foul. The walk to Castro led to the game's only run in the 4th inning. He walked to lead off the inning. After a strikeout, Soriano doubled into the right center field gap. Bottom of the 8th, the Pirates have Barmes due up, then a pinch hitter, and Alex Presley. So is again the lefty James Russell. Jeff Bannister talking with Clint Hurdle about possible options. Headed up the middle and a base hit. Ground single for Castro to center.
He'll run a good bit, but he'll get caught a good bit. He's tried to steal 26 times. He has succeeded 16, been thrown out 10. Dave McKay, veteran first base coach, saw a lot of him for a lot of years with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Barajas going out to visit with Resop. Joe West moving it along. The Pirates have the lefty Tony Watson up in the bullpen.
And that's going to be it.
That was why Clint Hurdle asked Barajas to go to the mound and buy a little extra time for Watson. Sights from the HEH camp here at PNC Park with the Pirates trailing 1-0. Already they've got their rally caps going.
Need to put another 0 up and take your chances in the bottom of the 9th inning. We are that far along. Watson coming in against Rizzo.
Rizzo lined to short, struck out a couple of times against the left-handed starter Eric Bedard. Rizzo hit .342 at AAA Iowa this season with 23 homers and drove in 62 runs. Was leading the Pacific Coast League in just about every offensive category. Almost since the season started, Cubs fans were screaming out to have Rizzo get the promotion.
Breaking ball by Tony. Those fans here at PNC Park got the big wave going. Having a good time at the ballpark.
Never meet.
Yeah.
In stereo. One ball, 2 strikes on Anthony Rizzo. Down for the 3rd straight time.
The standard issue, big breaking ball by left-hand pitchers. Here we come, Greg. You missed the wave.
Sorry. I was told this was a no-wave TV booth. I guess I'm wrong.
No, I didn't get that memo.
Oh. You're a big wave fan, aren't you?
I am a big wave fan, yeah.
I think I heard you quoted recently calling it, oh, it's coming around?
No.
Oh, false alarm.
No, you got to keep track. If you're going to do it, you got to do it right. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Count on Alfonso Soriano. Foul ball
off the foot.
Soriano has put up some pretty good numbers. The fans think maybe he's putting them on here now. You can obviously see it got him pretty good.
Very happy he got that shin guard on.
Soriano now 36 years old. Signed a big contract. Free agent deal before the 07 season, an 8-year contract carries him through the 2014 season. There goes the runner. Drive toward right center field and extra bases. And then get an insurance run. And make it 2-0.
Same cast of characters. 4th inning was a walk and then the double. Now it's the base hit and the double.
2 RBI night for Soriano.
Same neighborhood. Does a good job of the ball down and away, almost like a redo of his RBI double earlier in the 4th inning. He's on the move. The minute he sees it, he's right at second base. Easy trip for him, you would think early, but gets a little interesting. He hit a good pitch down and away. Big run for the Cubs.
Pinch runner Tony Campana for Soriano. David DeJesus, his first at bat. That run charged to Resop. Carlos Marmol is now loosening in the bullpen for the Cubs. Resop a 1-2-3-8, gave up the Castro single to start the ninth, and the Cubs have an insurance run. Hannah, excellent speed at second. Samardzija, Marmol loosening, figures his night is over. One ball, no strikes on David DeJesus. DeJesus signed as a free agent. Number of years with the Royals, last season with Oakland. Tony Watson now looking to keep this a 2-run deficit. Into center field. Campana will motor to third. It's a big play because now 90 feet away with just one out. He won.
Yeah, you got your shortstop moving that way. You can't throw it the direction where he came from. That's just too hard to reverse everything. He's going one way and the throw's going the other.
Pirates will play their infield in. Down 2. 1-1 count on DeJesus.
Big left-hand curveball that you're hoping that Tony can deliver one more, get him to chase. Feeling a lot better with 2 outs, a man at third, obviously, than 1 out. So many more ways for them to bring him in.
Two and two. Matt Listash, third base coach, whispers instructions to Campana. Did he go? Yep.
Did?
Joe West said he did.
If Joe says he did, then Joe said it would be that way. 50-50 deal that goes the Pirates' way.
Clint Hurdle will go to the bullpen once again. Giovanni Soto, the right-hand batter, coming up. Watson faces 3 hitters, strikes out a pair, gives up the RBI double. A run in, 2-0 Cubs. so don't be shy. Ask Teak. Text the word Teak followed by your question and name to 412-412. Getting ready for the post game. They're getting ready for a Pirates rally in the bottom of the ninth, down 2, and here's Evan Meek returning to the big leagues. And up and down for Evan Meek the last couple years.
Third trip this year. Good numbers at Indianapolis.
Recalled Saturday. 2.27 ERA and 27 outings for the Indianapolis Indians. Gave up 9 runs in 37 innings. His last Pirate appearance was May the 16th in Washington, D.C. So Evan Meek looking to retire Soto. With Clint Barmas due up in the bottom half of the ninth. Ball 1. Reds are in front of the Astros 3-0 in the 5th. Two and 0.
Delivering that pitch at 92 miles an hour.
Said he was getting his velocity back at AAA. Two and 1. Count. I would think the last thing in the world you want to do when you're back up for the first time in May is walk the first batter you face.
Nope, I don't do that. But you want to show him you do have that speed back. That last pitch, 93.
Walked him. Now it's Luis Valbuena, the third baseman.
Barajas going through some signs defensively, what his intentions will be should they take off. Maybe try to confuse a Pirate infielder, maybe get a cheap run with good speed at third base. You never know. Got to be alert for everything. Sometimes teams will try to get that runner at first base in the run down to try to score the guy from third. Barajas wants to talk with Evan.
Tonight's crowd of 27,586, the largest Monday night crowd in PNC Park history. And they're still believers. These Pirates have come back so many times this season.
Something like 4 out of their last 6 wins. Stat involving the comeback wins recently.
1 ball, no strikes. And there's a strike.
The lengthy top of the ninth, but nothing compared to that inning the Cardinals had against this team. 12 runs.
Breaking a scoreless tie. Cardinals scored 12 runs on the Cubs.
We read 7 doubles in that inning.
Yeah, a record in the big leagues. Saturday night, a 12-0 final. They were blanked yesterday, 7-0. And lost the opening game of that series 4-1. One ball, 2 strikes on Luis Valbuena. got a chance to see that strong rotation at AAA Indianapolis when he was down there. Jeff Locke pitching tonight for Indy. Pitched 5 strong innings. Two pitch. Stays 2-2. Meek walked the first man he faced, Soto. Now it's 2-2 on Valbuena. Meek, who last year appeared in just 24 Pirate games. Time on the DL with shoulder troubles.
Looked like the captain of the ghost ship. But he's still here, keeping the faith.
Another 2-2 pitch. I'll have to do it again. Cubs try to get back on the winning track. And a good start to their homestand at Wrigley before this road trip. They swept the Diamondbacks and then took 2 of 3 over the Marlins. But we talked about their road woes. An abysmal record coming into this game. 14-35 away from Wrigley. 3-2.
And by the way, talk about those fish. They held on to beat the Atlanta Braves 2-1.
Marlins trading yesterday's starter Anibal Sanchez to the Tigers today, along with Omar Infante. Fly ball to right, poking toward the pole. Foul.
Philadelphia losing again in spite of, I bring it up, in spite of the fact they finally got what they had wanted to have from the beginning of the season and didn't have because of injuries. Back-to-back home runs from Utley and Howard.
Yeah, and Roy Halladay started that game. Didn't pitch all that well. And Shane Victorino left with, I believe, an elbow injury early.
Problems in Philadelphia.
Problems here for Evan Meek as he walks 2 batters back to back. And here comes Ray Searage.
You're absolutely right. Your initial comment, Greg, that boy, if you're trying to get back into the big leagues after they've seen your act a few times, the last thing you want to do is walk people. You not only have to throw strikes, you got to get them out, and you got to finish off at bats too. These at bats, you got to find a way to put them away. Get in those 2-strike situations.
Bases loaded. Pinch runner Campana, pinch running for Soriano. He's at third. Soto at second, and Valbuena now at first. Pirates have come back before against Carlos Marmol and the Cubs, but you can't give them any more. Back to Meek. He gets Darwin Barney on the comebacker. Here we go. Marmol on the hill in the bottom of the 9th inning for the Cubs. 27 comeback wins, second only to the Yankees in baseball. Josh Harrison is going to pinch hit for Barmes to start things, and then on deck it's Drew Sutton. Marmol has had his ups and downs this season. 11 saves, 13 opportunities, a 5.40 ERA. First pitch strike. Tony Campana stays in the game in left field. We were told earlier that Marmol has been told not to shake off Soto anymore. Just get the ball, look at the sign, and deliver. And there's a line drive to left field. It's hooking. It is a foul ball. Oh, that would have been a great start. Harrison kept on going into second. He's now being told it was a foul ball.
This had to be real close. See the hook effect? Wow.
Man.
I mean, that is
centimeters.
Oh. All you had to have was one fleck of the chalk to jump up and catch the eye of third base umpire Rob Gray. That close.
Samardzija, 8 innings of 1 hit shutout ball.
That got his heart started right there. He was terrific. 1 hit, walk, 5 strikeouts. Faced 1 over the minimum.
Left side, shortstop, little stumble on the first, throws it away. The first baseman Rizzo has to come off the bag. You saw Castro just a little slight stumble, and Josh Harrison begins the 9th with what they will rule an infield hit.
Got action. All I can ask for. What do you want? Base runner, priority 1. He's there.
Drew Sutton bats. Boy, what you really want to do is find a way to get certainly Walker and definitely McCutchen up.
In case you're wondering, Mr. Marmol has given up 3 home runs. Just in case you're wondering.
Switch hitter Drew Sutton bats for Meek.
I think the Pirates are trying hard. How about these Cubs trying to hold on to something that they've been having trouble holding on to?
Ball 1.
Good save by Soto.
Goes through the fastball past him.
Yep, just keep in mind that 1 run that the Cubs got in the top of the 9th, huge. That insurance run, huge.
Sutton hitting .273 with the Pirates, 1 for 2 as a pinch hitter. 1-1.
Marmol will hit 94, 95 miles an hour.
Marmol has walked 31 batters in just over 28 innings.
31 up? No. Can't walk more.
Oh, sorry. This ball fouled out of
11.
play. Take a look at the walk-off. Drew Sutton, July 3rd. Off Wesley Wright.
Goodness, you're right. I saw 11.
Drew Sutton's walk-off home run, and then the Kool-Aid and pie showers. 1-2. Strikes out Sutton.
I missed that. No, he walked more than 1 an inning. No?
31 batters in 28 innings, just over 28 innings. But he also has struck out now 37. When he gets in front, still has that excellent slider. Now faces Alex Presley. Presley has flied out twice and grounded out. Walker on deck, then McCutchen. Third baseman Balbuena well in.
Got great speed involved here. Catch a gap, catch a corner, and on second and third, and then take your chances with the two guys you're talking about, Walker and McCutchen.
Strike call.
James McDonald hanging over the railing there. He'll work against Mahalam tomorrow night.
0-1 on Presley. Now 0-2.
That's a tough combination to hang with. 94-mile-an-hour fastball, 86-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch.
Marmol actually has pitched pretty well against the Pirates over the years, and here at PNC Park, despite that shot he gave up to Michael McHenry. Unforgettable moment last season, July the 8th. McHenry's first major league home run in front of a jam-packed crowd. Comeback over the Cubbies. Yes, he did. Back-to-back strikeouts after the infield hit, and it's down to Walker, and if he could get aboard, then McCutchen.
Yep, he was starting to swing early, anticipating the fastball. That didn't happen, so he's hung out to dry with the off-speed pitch.
This season, Marmol has given up 3 homers.
They're making noise in Houston. They're down just 3-2 now, and they're still in business in the bottom of the 5th. Down to Cases.
And he didn't want to, but did. So a breaking ball fooling Pirate hitters here. Sutton struck out. Presley struck out. Now Marmol an out away from earning save number 12. Parrott doing all he can.
Yep, it's come to this.
It has been such a memorable season already. It has gotten to the point where you're expecting the Pirates to do something special again, and you know, Walker get on, then McCutchen come up and deliver. Marmol so tough when he's on, and this should do it. It does. The Chicago Cubs combine Samardzija, Marmol on a 2-hit shutout, bringing the 5-game winning streak for the Pirates to an end, and the Cubs win the first of the 3-game series here as Samardzija goes 8 innings and improves his record to 7-8.
And Greg, you just tip your cap on some situations, and this is one of them. The guy simply outpitched Bedard, who is very, very good, and you just walk away and you get ready for tomorrow night's game. It's not that you did anything wrong, it's that he was that right tonight.
Let's go to Kinger and Teague for more. 2-0 Cubs.
Greg and Steve, thanks very much.